Good morning, everybody. It's almost 7:30. I've been up since 6. I have been playing with my brain, trying to get it to be organized and here with me. Let's just say that the day has been, well, I shouldn't say just the day, but the last little less than 24 hours. Maybe around 20, 23 hours, 22 hours ago, I kind of lost it. I'm not going to tell you why. It wasn't like one of these, like, it was more like I had a pit in my stomach and, well, I can't talk about the details because I want to know more information before I go talking about the details. And Jerry Ann wants to be able to talk about it first. But, let's get down to the honey. We had gotten her test results from her bone scan. And I'm not going to say any words to what I thought, because the fact of what I thought could be totally wrong. I could have a totally wrong idea of what I was hearing in the translations that I was trying to find for the medical terms, because they use a lot of big medical terms that I was like, huh? What is that supposed to mean? So, yeah. But anyhow, I decided to come in here this morning and focus on, well, it's Sunday. Let's focus on some Bible verses. Now, most of these Bible verses that I have written down right now are from my cousin Michelle's page of memory verses that I wrote down for a number of different reasons. One, just to learn them, to understand what was going through her mind during her health issues and her final days, basically. I'm not focusing on final days because, like I said, it could be, whatever the issue could be treatable or dealt with minimal to no ill effects. So I'm trying to focus on the positive, even though last night I did not. I can just tell you this much from what we gathered from the information in the report. It sounds very bad. Other than that, we don't know. So we're not doing any, okay, gotta start crossing off bucket list items that we can cross off. It's more like, all right, let's wait until Friday to hear what the doctor has to say and what kind of treatments and what they're looking at, basically. But it's no longer a laughing matter. It's a serious issue. I'm happy that my wife has high spirits in the whole 9 yards and being as, positive as possible. But I'm on the, unfortunately, I'm one of those worst case scenario type people that just automatically starts thinking about the worst scenarios, or the scenarios that just don't sound good. But after a long talk with Jerry Ann, we're both basically, let's not jump on the end of times bandwagon or anything like that. Let's see what the doctors say, and maybe it's not as bad as I think it is, and maybe it's just something as simple as treatments. But anyhow, let's dive into these Bible verses. The first one I found that I didn't write down the actual verse. I just wrote down the chapter. The first one that my cousin had written down that caught my eye today was it's in Psalms 18, and it just simply says, "The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. My God is my rock, in whom I shall take refuge. My shield and my horn of my salvation, my stronghold. Now, I cannot tell you what Michelle might have been thinking when she wrote this down. I can tell you what I'm thinking. This is a Bible verse that basically helps, to me, it helps me fortify myself for any and all possible issues that could arise because of Jerry's issue. I can tell you this much: when I was younger, before things started happening to me that caused me to question my Christian upbringing, and this has nothing to do with bashing or anything of that nature. Just me being a young teenager, losing 4 family members within 18 months, going, why did this happen, and who would let it happen? Why? So I had to start searching for answers and figuring out why. What's the purpose of this kind of tragedy? And I'll be honest with you, I delved into anything and everything that had to do with any kind of spirituality, whether it was various Christian, belief systems, or other religions, or things that people don't usually talk about because it's not always an open forum. But the thing is every time I go to start studying a different spiritual aspect, or as some people want to say, or different religion, I always wind up coming back to my roots, which is Christianity. And yes, one of my most recent studies or endeavors to understand the universe was the Norse religion, or as most people would say, Norse paganism. But I'm back at my roots. Why? Well, everything leads to the same conclusion. There's one all-powerful entity in every religion, whether it's Jesus, God, Yahweh, I can't think about any of the other names. My brain just went blank, which might be a good thing. But the next Bible verse that I came across is also in Psalms. Psalms has a lot of good ones, I'll tell you that much. This one is Psalm 17:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I fear? Or, sorry, that last one was wrong. It was, of whom shall I be afraid? It's quite plain and simple. God is our salvation. He is our light. He's our shelter, our rock. What is there? Sorry. Out of all the things in our world today, there's a lot of things to be afraid of. But if you have a strong belief in God and you feel that He is your salvation and your light and your stronghold, what is it out there that we should be afraid of? That, in fact, this is not bashing. I'm trying not to be bashing on anybody, but I have seen so many people of just about every religion that I've ever studied afraid of one thing or another, whether it's their neighbor, their government, whatever disease or ailment or whatever nature can throw at us. But as Christians, what is there to fear? We all know Christians should know where we're going. we should all understand and realize that no matter what happens to us on this plane of existence on earth, however you want to put it, we're all going to heaven. You know, and if you have God in your heart and you really feel strongly connected to Jesus, you'll be let through the gates. You know, some of us might have to deal with some time down in purgatory to get our final judgment, our final test, to see if we're worthy of heaven. You know, hey, it's part of the belief system of Christianity. And nobody here on earth can tell another person whether they're going to heaven or hell, because that's not our place. We are not our... If we are to judge anybody on this plane of existence, is judge ourselves, not each other. We're not the judge and jury of each individual soul on this earth. That's up to God. And for as I'm concerned, you know, yeah, I've done some judgmental things and said some judgmental things, but, you know, that's human nature. And, you know, when you do it once in a blue moon, you're not doing it constantly, I don't think there's a problem with it, because you have a human slip of the tongue or a human slip of the mind. But when you're doing it constantly, that's when it's bad. That's when it's not a good thing. But like I said, who am I to judge? That's not my job. This last one I'm going to read really kind of made me laugh at the same time. But it's Psalms 30:11. And it says, "You turn my wailing into dancing. You remove my sackcloth and clothe me with joy." I really think that happens a lot with Jerry, because Jerry one day will be, you know, pain, hurting, dealing with her issues and stuff, and being, you know, in a world of suffering. And the next day she'll be happy and, you know, ready to jump out of that bed and rock and roll. But we are listening to the doctor who basically said no stress on the knee. It could cause further problems. Well, at this point in time, I'm kind of like, what further problems can happen that hasn't already happened, or is not already a issue or problem or anything like that? I'm not really 100% sure about that, because it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what else could go wrong. And I'm not looking for anything else to go wrong. I'm far from that. I want things to go the opposite direction. I want things to get better. But until we talk to the doctors on Friday, there's not much we can do except for sit here and wait. Which I'm not a big proponent of waiting, because I can't. I get antsy, I get nervous, I get uppity. Not uppity as in mean, but just like, come on, this is important. Best case scenario, we get a phone call tomorrow and they ask if we can get Jerry Ann to an appointment by Tuesday. Or later on Monday after I'm done working. You know, don't know. It's all in other people's hands. It's all in God's hands, but as people, we're waiting on people. But hey, at least a lot of good things have been happening lately. I mean, yesterday, I got rid of a bunch of stuff. Got rid of gobs of bags of clothing to Goodwill. somebody actually wanted the queen size mattress that we had, which the queen size mattress is practically unused. I mean, practically a brand new thing. We got it when we first moved here. We used it. Me and Jerry used it as a bed for a couple months, and then moved into this house. And her sister Janie gave us their old queen, or their old king, I should say. And then the queen size was just a guest room bed, so it wasn't used that much. You know, maybe once a year, and we took care of it as best as we could. So it was, it was a good day. Got the guest room about 95% done. I still have 5% to do here in a little bit, which is just little stuff. Take the boxes of stuff that's in there and put them in the guest room, or, well, one of those boxes is to be filed, so I can either bring it in here and try to organize it, so I can just take it back in the guest room and stick it in the file folders. I cleaned up the desk, so Julie can use 4 drawers as clothing space. I've got to finish cleaning out the armoire so Julie can use it to hang up her clothes. The one nightstand that has drawers, she'll be able to use at least 2, maybe all 3 drawers once I get done in there. Then vacuum and make the bed. And it will be presentable and usable. Then what I want to do today is clean up the kitchen. Now, I have Monday night to finalize anything that I don't do today, but today is going to be like one of those, I'm going to do what I feel like I can get. Let me quit mumbling. Basically today I want to finish up the guest room. Anything else can kind of wait, but especially around the table that we have to sit to eat at, I need to clean that up, especially because it hasn't been touched in I don't know how long. I've been trying to keep the main part of the kitchen that we food prep and all that stuff clean. So the main part of the kitchen is just finish up dishes that are in the sink, which aren't that many. I got to do my clothes for the week because my uniforms are in with the dirty clothes. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. And then the eating area is the main focus because that's going to be the hardest. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to try to do. Basically, I want to try to focus on what needs to be done and be there to help out Jerry for certain things. I don't know what Jerry's going to talk about on her channel today because she did most of the talking. I just listened. She doesn't want me to talk in depth about her latest doctor's appointment because, like I said, it doesn't look all that great according to what we've had translated. I just know that I already have a video from last night because after I found out what she knew or discovered, I lost it. Not anger, not bitterness, but just emotional lost it. I mean, yeah. Anyhow, I don't want to go into it. I may have another video later on this evening. I am going to try to do a, it's a from the Nordic Way cookbook. It's a pork dish that is basically, I don't think I recorded it yet. It's pork, onion, orange, mint leaf, which I have to go out and buy, and olive oil or something of that nature. I don't remember the full recipe. I just know the main ingredients. So that's going to be interesting because I've never done that on video. I think I've only made it once since I discovered it. And I didn't record it the first time because I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing before recording it. At least I don't think I remember. I don't think I recorded it, but I'm not sure. So, yeah. That's basically what I'm going to do. Sorry, I'm getting lost for words because I'm trying to skirt around the stuff that Jerry asked me not to talk about until sometime later. But I need to eat something. My stomach is getting very obnoxious and noisy. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah. So sorry about the pauses and the ums and all the trying to figure out what I'm saying type moments, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in the question comment box. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Any questions on Jerry's health conditions and whatnot, I may not be able to answer them because of what I've been requested not to do. I can only just tell you that it doesn't sound good. So yeah, if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed any part of this video and decide that you want to join, that is your choice. You can go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Once you do, a little bell will pop up. You click on that bell and YouTube will notify you when I put my next video in. So until next time, you guys have a good day. Enjoy. Bye.